Welcome to the 2025 Twin Cities Film Fest, sponsored by Stearns Bank. I'm your host, Lori Roovers, on the red carpet at the Edina Mann Theater. Today I have with me Minnesota WebFest series Dana plus Char. Will you please introduce yourselves and tell us your role on your series?
I'm Alan Tracy, filmmaker.
My name is Gael, Palen, and I play Dana.
And could you describe Dana plus Char for us?
It's a dramedy, romantic pilot, I'd say. Yeah.
Well, that's extensive. It's also about a lesbian relationship. And I am wondering, as a man, what would cause you to write a show about a lesbian relationship?
I definitely had a lot of friends who are in the queer community, so I decided to write that around the character, as well as honor the original Dana, who the series is based on. So,
Could you tell us a little bit about the original Dana?
yeah, it was originally a Z-Fest film that was produced locally, and that actress was actually a queer woman. So,
And do you want to name her by chance, just because we're honoring her?
yeah, Victoria Lachelle. So.
Thank you. And Gael, you play a very compelling character, a very complex character, actually. Could you tell us how you identify with her?
Yes, of course. So Dana, I feel like over the years I've gotten to play her. I've grown close with her in a sense. So I also am a queer woman. I identify as pansexual. And so getting to play also a queer woman on screen is really important and empowering. And I think she has a lot of different traumas from her background that I thought about in consideration for how I would portray her. And she has been through a lot in her life, so I wanted to do her justice in this film, especially because this film, she's at a more healed place in her journey. So getting to play her years before that as well was really fascinating to be able to dive into the intricacies of how one would go through their own healing process and journey. And I took a lot from my own life and put that into the performance as well.
And there were some very vulnerable, intimate scenes. One scene was at length in your underwear. How did you film that? Did you have an intimacy coordinator by chance?
We did not, but I did feel very comfortable. I knew everyone on set very closely, and Alan and I had spoke prior to the upcoming scene, and he had asked my comfortability with it as well, and we just made sure that everyone felt good and only had whoever needed to be in the room for those scenes, which was also very, I think, a great choice.
It was touching and very, very believable, and your relationship is enviable, I have to say. And Alan, I love the music. Oh my goodness, original music?
Well, not original. It is a soundtrack. It is from Sick of Sarah and Abisha Yule. We honor one of the fallen bandmates from that band, Sick of Sarah, who the band itself has ended since 2018, but Jamie Holm is who the film is dedicated to at the end of the film. So.
And will there be more episodes?
Well, we'll see, I guess, because that's really up to if people want to see it and if there's backing for it. So that's really the main. But otherwise, we're looking forward to a feature.
Ooh, a feature. How do you feel about that?
Very excited. It would be my absolute honor to bring her to a feature film. I think that would be very exciting. However, I think also a series would be very exciting. I'm just so happy I get to portray this character and feel very blessed that I have the opportunity to play her multiple times and can't wait for more.
And where can we find Dana plus Char?
Right now, it's here, obviously, at Twin Cities Film Fest. Otherwise, it'll also be screening in LA at Skiptown International Film Festival, November 12th through the 16th. So.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for joining the 2025 Twin Cities Film Fest, sponsored by Stearns Bank. We hope to see you back on the red carpet soon.